folks, this is Vincent Adderley with Dad's Gaming Addiction, and today we're going to quickly check out Pandemic Hot Zone North America. This game supports 2 to 4 players. It's for ages 8 and up, and the average play time is 30 minutes. So, we've never played this before. I got this in a couple of months ago, but we just never got around to playing it. This is Pandemic Light. If you know how to play the original Pandemic game, then you'll be able to jump into this without any sort of trouble. I didn't even have to read the rules twice. I'm pretty sure I know what I'm doing. Knock on wood. It never ends up that way. Here's a quick look at the box insert for those of you that are curious about that. Here's a quick look at the rule book. It's roughly 7 to 8 pages in length. In fact, here's a quick list of all of the differences between original Pandemic and this Pandemic. For those of you that are curious, there are only 3 diseases instead of 4. During setup, the number of cards drawn is slightly different. To discover a cure, players need only 4 cards instead of 5. There is only 1 research station in Atlanta. Players cannot build more research stations or take shuttle flights. There are only 3 Pandemic cards in the player deck, and all of them are used every game. Diseases cannot be eradicated, the Researcher and Dispatcher effects are slightly altered, and Crisis cards can be added to increase the difficulty. So for those of you veterans out there, you'll know what that means. For those of you that have never played the original Pandemic before, the original Pandemic spanned the entire world. This Hot Zone North America version, well, just spans North America. And these disease cubes are going to be popping up over different parts of the map. There's Miami and New Orleans and Santo Domingo and Seattle, Calgary. And they're color-coded. Dallas is red and Chicago is blue and New Orleans is yellow. So you'll be putting yellow cubes on yellow spots and red cubes on red spots and blue cubes on blue spots. The game can end a number of different ways. For example, if this one outbreak track goes all the way down to the skull, that's bad. An outbreak occurs when you try to add a cube to a location that already has 3 cubes on it. So let's say Chicago had 3 cubes on it already, and you're trying to add a 4th cube. Well, that's an outbreak. 1 blue cube is then spread to every adjacent spot from Chicago, which is really nasty. And then this outbreak meter goes down by 1. If this outbreak meter ever gets to the skull, then game over. Okay? So that's just one of the many ways the game can end. The game can also end whenever this deck runs out, if a player goes to draw more cards from this and they can't. So this is also like a timer of sorts. So let me back up and explain kind of what the game's all about. As various people, we all start in Atlanta. This is a cooperative game. We're trying to cure all 3 diseases before one of the end game conditions are met. Usually, it's a bad thing. On a player's turn, they're going to do 4 actions, and the type of actions they can perform are going to be varied, and they can do them in any order that they want to. One is to just go to a connected city. So just the act of moving to an adjacent city is 1 action. So that would be 1 action. You can also discard a card that you have in your hand in order to charter a flight there. So she could get rid of Santo Domingo, discard it, and then fly directly to Santo Domingo, bypassing, instead of going 1, 2, 3, she could discard Santo Domingo and fly there. Likewise, if she's already on Santo Domingo and discards the Santo Domingo card, she can fly anywhere that she wants to. Okay, so that you can move around in different ways. You can also treat diseases. If there's a cube, say, on one of these on a city, and she happens to come here, for 1 action she can get rid of 1 cube. Okay, and then for another action she can get rid of another cube. And again, we're trying to treat these diseases because well, like I said, those outbreaks are bad. We're trying to prevent it from getting out of control. So for 1 action, you can remove 1 disease cube. If the disease is cured, and I'll get to that in a little bit, if the disease is cured, meaning we found a cure for that color, whenever you treat a disease, you remove all the cubes of that color from that location. So again, let's just say that Dallas here had 2 cubes on it, and we found the cure for red at some point in the game. If someone were to come here, let's say her, for an action, she can treat the red spaces, but instead of just removing 1 cube, she removes all of them. And she gets to do that because red has been cured. So curing a disease will help us treat these disease cubes a lot faster. Okay? So that's another thing that you can do, is treat diseases on your turn. You can share knowledge. Share knowledge simply means if we're on the same space and the card itself that we're trying to pass to each other is that city name, then we can pass it. So we're both on Atlanta right now. If I had the Atlanta card, I could give it to her, or if she had the Atlanta card, she can give it to me, vice versa. But the name of the city has to match the location that we're both at in order to pass cards to each other. Discover a cure. That's where a player will hand in 4 cards of one color in order to treat that disease. So if she had 4 blue cards in her hand for one action, she could discard all 4 of those cards into the discard pile and then cure blue. That does not remove all of the other blue cubes that are out there still, but it does allow us to treat the disease easier. Again, whenever you treat a disease, when it's cured, you remove all the cubes instead of just 1. The game ends in victory when we found a cure for all of the diseases in the game. In this case, there are 3. In the original Pandemic game, there are 4. In fact, there's an expansion for the original Pandemic game where there are 5. There's like a purple that is a lot harder to treat. So, so this is more of like a Pandemic light. So using our 4 actions, we're going to do 4 actions on our turn. Like if it's her turn, she'll do 4 actions. Then she'll draw 2 cards from this player deck. That's what these cards are. These cards will either be a location on the board or some kind of event. Whenever the game starts, or before the game starts rather, you can, if you want to make the game more difficult, you can shuffle in these crisis cards. These are bad events that will pop up in this deck. If you want to make the game harder, you can shuffle these in. I did not. There are also 3 epidemic cards in this deck. What you're going to do is you're going to shuffle this deck up and then give 2 to each player. In a 2-player game, you're going to give 3 cards to each player. Then you're going to split this deck into 3 even piles. Then you're going to put an epidemic card on one, an epidemic card on another, and another, and then you're going to put all, so that way it's layered. You're going to have 1 epidemic card somewhere toward the top, then 1 somewhere toward the middle, and then 1 toward the bottom. And those epidemic cards, as they pop up, will do nasty things to us. Okay? So that's what this deck is all about. So this deck will contain location cards for us to turn in and try and treat these diseases. They also help us move around. This deck is the disease deck. Again, this will tell us where to put disease cubes at the end of our turn. In fact, draw infection cards. The number of infection cards you draw, there is a number here. It starts on the 2, and then it goes up to the 4. So the more this goes up, the more cards that we have to draw every turn and infect more places. So it starts off easy and then gets really hard toward the end of the game. And this will increase whenever the epidemic cards come up in this deck down here. Again, if you've played the original Pandemic, then you'll know what we're talking about. So we're going to continue taking turns back and forth. Hand limit is 6 cards at all times. And again, the game it ends in a victory if we happen to cure all 3 diseases. It ends in failure in a number of ways. If we try to get a cube and there's no more cubes, if we try to, or if this outbreak goes all the way down there, if this deck runs out, all different ways that you could lose the game. There are 4 different types of people that you can be in this game. Ida Lee is the generalist, and these are abilities that are in the core game as well. You can do up to 5 actions on your turn. So this is something that she can do. Instead of 4 actions, she gets 5 actions. That's pretty cool. I am the medic. When you treat a disease, remove all the cubes of one color. So I get to act like I've already cured it here. So whenever I go to treat a disease, I can remove all the cubes instead of just 1. So I'm going to be great at removing cubes from the board. At any time, remove all the cubes of the cured diseases in your city for free. So if red has happened to be cured and somehow I get moved here for free, I can just get rid of them. Done. Because this is cured, that's part of my ability. So without even spending an action, I can get rid of cubes from the board. The other two that we're not using, there's the Researcher and the Dispatcher. The Researcher in the other game, I believe it might have been assigned anyway. Give a city card from your hand to another player in your city. The card does not need to match. And then the Dispatcher, move any pawn directly to any other pawn's city. Move another player's pawn to a connected city for different actions. So this one helps you players move around. This one helps you trade cards with each other. But in the other game, in the core game, the Researcher, if I remember correctly, reduced the number of cards you needed to turn in order to cure a disease. In the original game, you needed 5 cards of the same color. With the Researcher, it was only 4. So they've changed the Researcher ability in this Pandemic Light game, as I'm dubbing it. That's it. That's the game. And there's some more guide cards here that we're not using. And I think we are ready to go. All right, let's see how badly the United States and North America get overrun by these various viruses, whatever.
Oh, for the camera, should I change to the gray pawn? Because it looks very small.
It's up to you.
I don't
She
care.
likes pink. I gave her pink. Typically, though, like this is a gray generalist card, so she would get the gray pawn.
I don't mind.
I don't care.
It's better for the camera.
If it's easier for the camera, then sure. Well, then we'll do that. Okay. So, all right. So, do you want to start, or do you want me to start?
You can start.
All right. The first thing we have to do is seed the board first, before we even take any turns. To do that, we're going to draw 3 cards from this deck, or it was either 3 or 2. Flip over 2 infection cards. There we go. So 1, Guadalajara. All right, so we have to put 3 disease cubes on that spot. There's that. Yeah, sure. And then 1 more, Chicago. So we're going to put 3 blue cubes on Chicago. Next, 2 on Seattle.
Nasty. How do you know how much?
It tells me in the instructions in the setup. It's the same in the original Pandemic too. New Orleans gets 2, and then 2 more cards, 1 cube each. Calgary gets 1,
Wow.
and Atlanta gets 1, which is where we're at. Okay. And actually, the player with the highest city population on a card takes the first turn.
Okay, cool.
So on our cards, we've got like little population values there. It doesn't really do anything other than determine starting player. I have 1,239,000 is one of them, a Calgary. I don't know.
Montreal, 1.7.
Oh, then you go first.
All right.
You're way higher than me. All right, so you get 4 actions for your turn. So again, you can move around.
I can do up to 5.
Oh, 5, that's right. You're the generalist. Yes. Well, then there you go.
Okay, I guess. One of my actions, I'll just get rid of a cube from Atlanta.
All right, so that's 1. That's 1. You're going to treat a cube there.
How do I add cards?
After you take your actions, you're going to draw 2 player cards.
Okay, alright. I can move 1, right?
For 1 action. Yeah, so you could go like 1 or 1, whatever you're adjacent to.
Okay.
There are lines connecting the different cities.
Yeah. I shall move to Indianapolis.
All right, so that's 2. Now, keep in mind, I'm the medic, so I could move here and get rid of all 3 cubes for 1 action. Okay. It depends on what you're trying to do.
All right.
We can cooperate, we can coordinate, whatever you want.
Yeah. Alright, then in that case, I will go to...
Did you want to do something different, or do you want to...
No, that's fine.
Okay.
That's my 3rd action, right?
Second action. You treated 1.
Yeah.
This is 2.
Oh, okay.
Now you're on your 3rd.
Okay, now I'm on my 3rd. I will discard this card to go to... Let me see, you have Calgary. How about Guadalajara? Can I do that? Can I discard this card to go to Guadalajara?
You could. Yeah. Because you have what, Indianapolis?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're going to discard Indianapolis to fly all the way down here. So that's 3.
Yep.
Okay.
And And then my last 2 actions, I'll just remove 2 cubes.
4 or 5. Okay. There you go. All right. So now you draw 2 player cards. Got a blue one and a red one.
Okay.
And again, you need 4 of the same color in order to.
Duh. That was a dumb move then.
Nah, that's all right. No, well, you're trying to treat too, so there's that balance there. So we got 2 cards. Now draw infection cards. The number of infection cards we draw is this number here, which is 2. So 1 cube is going to be added to Dallas, which is where's Dallas? Here. And 1 cube is going to be added to Indianapolis. There. It's all right. It's all good. All right. So it is now my turn. All right. So as the medic, I want to get there and clear those out as quickly as possible. I've got Calgary, Denver, Miami. I kind of want to try and build up on red so that I can treat red and just cure it because I've already got 2 red cards. So I might go like 1. I could go 1 treat and then 3 treat is 4. Like I could just do that. I think that might be the best thing to do. So I can go 1 and then treat. Whenever you treat it, so I can remove all of 1 color, so that's 2, then 3, and then for my medic action, when you treat a disease, remove all the cubes of 1 color. So for my 4th action, I'm going to get rid of all 3 cubes from this location.
And that's it.
And that's it. I used all 4 actions. I'm going to draw 2 cards for myself. Event and a yellow card. Now this event is something I can keep. I can use event cards anytime I want, even during your turn. This event is borrowed time, and this says play during do action step, not an action. This says the current player can do 2 additional actions this turn. So if I need to do extra actions, then, or, you know, I could do it on your turn, whatever. So we can get 2 extra actions with that sucker. All right, so now that I've done that, now I have to draw 2 from this deck. Havana. So I put 1 on Havana and another one on Phoenix, Arizona. There we go.
Ugh.
Yeah, fun stuff. It is now your turn.
Okay. Okay. I'm going for my first action. I'll get rid of that one in Guadalajara.
Okay, so you're going to. Sorry, I'm just straightening that. Okay, so you're going to treat 1 in. Okay, Guadalajara, whatever. The G, the big G.
Yeah.
That's 1.
I will. You're going after red.
Whatever color I have the most of. Red and yellow right now I've got the even number of. So I could go after either.
Yeah.
Honestly. If you're gonna go after blue, then I'll do one of the other 2 colors. Whatever I have the more colors of, I'll go after.
All right. So that was my 1 action.
Yep.
I will spend another action to move to Monterey.
Yep. There you go. That's 2.
My 3rd action, I'll go to New Orleans.
New Orleans. That's 3.
And then my last 2 actions, I'll get rid of those.
Okay. Cool. So yeah, treat 1, treat 2. Okay. So there we go. Now you get to draw 2 cards. You've got another blue one.
Good.
Beautiful. And an epidemic card already.
Ooh.
So increase, advance the infection rate marker. So it's here. Still 2 cards per turn though. Draw the bottom card from the infection deck and place 3 cubes on that city. All right. Discard that card.
From the bottom card?
Yeah. All right. So the bottom is Montreal.
Ooh.
1, 2, 3 on Montreal up here.
Ooh. Okay.
And then we discard it. It's right there. Then we shuffle the cards into the infection discard pile and put them on top of the infection deck. So all of the ones that have cubes on it. So Montreal could come up again. There's like a 1 in, I don't know, 1 in 15 chance there of Montreal coming up again.
Do you want me to shuffle it?
I can shuffle. Thank you. I know how much you love me shuffling cards. But, you know.
Okay.
Have faith. Have faith in my abilities. All right. So you do not get to draw a second card to replace the epidemic.
Okay.
Unfortunately.
That's fine.
All right. So we're still good. We're still in good shape. Now it's my turn. You've got. I need to give you blue cards if at all possible. I also need to get up to Montreal and treat that before it comes up again.
We can give each other cards?
Only if we land on the same city that we need.
Oh, snap Nagus. Okay. Cool.
Remember, if we land on the same city and if one of us has that city, we can trade it to each other.
That's cool.
We can either do it back or forth. I do want to get up here and treat that. So I'm going to go, because I need more colors. The problem is, if I draw 2 at the end of my turn...
What's your hand limit?
Yeah, so I may want to use this event to give myself 2 additional actions, but what in the world am I going to do with it if I'm up here? I may want to go this way, maybe discard red or something. I'd hate to discard one of these cards. Maybe I'll go this way and then somehow fly over there with one of these cards. Let's see. I have Denver and Calgary. So what I could do is I could go 1, 2, 3, treat, 4, move here 4, use my event to treat this, and then, or maybe not treat it. Maybe I'll just fly. Now, this is a free action. Fly there for free. Oh, no. I'm getting my things mixed up. Flying does cost an action. Treating it would be another. So what I could do is 1, 2, 3, treat is 4, 5, fly here 6.
Just letting you know, I'm getting rid of this card.
The yellow one?
Yeah.
Okay. Getting rid of it?
Yeah, I have to. Because my next turn, I'll be at my hand limit.
Okay, I see. Okay. In that case, maybe I should go after yellow, or like I need to...
I know.
I wish I knew what cards were coming up.
Yeah.
What do you have in terms of red?
Los Angeles.
Okay. Which is, yeah, that's not going to help me at all.
I mean, actually, what I could do is get rid of Los Angeles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
We need to treat these colors as quickly as possible.
Yeah, I can get rid of Los Angeles if you want. Yeah, I just calculated it. It's the same number of turns. So, whatever is easier for you, I can get rid of either of these cards.
Okay. I want to use this, but... Or I could use it on your turn. If I'm going to fly, then maybe I'll use this on your turn to give you more time to do stuff.
Well, you also don't want to, like, go past your hand.
Right. So, I need to get down to 4 cards at least. So, I either need to fly somewhere or use this. And I just have to figure out how I'm going to do that. Yeah. If I go up this way, I'm going to be wasting actions trying to come back down here for no reason. But then again, this might come up. So, I want Montreal coming up. So, I need to get that. Maybe I need to get that first. And just use this to get myself back down here something.
Well, hopefully
that's such a waste.
I'll be finding the cure for blue soon.
I'm hoping.
Yeah.
So, maybe I will go 1, 2, and then treat for 3. And then 4, use this, and then 5, 6, just to get me... That's a lot of wasted movement, though. Like, I hate that. Yeah. The upside of that is I'll be drawing 2 cards, and they could be either red or yellow, and that will determine what color I should be going after next. You know what I mean? So by getting rid of this, you know what I mean? Because if I get rid of red or yellow right now, and a yellow card comes up, I'm going to kick myself.
Yeah.
Or vice versa with red.
Yeah, I know.
So maybe wasting those actions, you know, this will guarantee I've got 2 red and 2 yellow in my hand when the turn ends. But... All right, but I think we do need to take care of this before anything happens. So I'll go 1, 2, treat, that's 3, and then 4, turn this in, and then I get 2 more actions, so I could go 5, 6. I'm central again, and I could shift, maybe I should go this way instead, or, I don't know. I'm centralized, so if anything bad happens again, I'm in a good spot to get there. So, alright, so that'll end my turn. I get 2 cards, so airlift, of course, and then a red card.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm going to go after red next.
Okay, so that means I'll get rid of Santa Domingo then.
Okay. a shame we can't meet to get Los Angeles, but like to give me Los Angeles.
I can.
I've got the airlift. I can play at any time as not an action. So I could airlift myself to Los Angeles.
On my next turn, I'm going here.
I know, but we have to be on Los Angeles for you to give me Los Angeles.
Oh, I see.
So you'd have to end up over here.
Okay, I can do that.
And then you give me Los Angeles. I fly there with an airlift, and then you give me red.
Yeah.
And my next turn, I turn that in, and
Okay.
I think though I have to be on Atlanta in order, like, whenever you're turning in cards to cure or to cure a disease or to cure it, you have to be at the research station, which is just like the original game.
Oh, I see. Okay.
In Atlanta. Yeah, while you're in Atlanta, discard. So I'd have to like travel 1, 2, 3, and then for my 4th turn, just cure it.
Okay.
Which that's still though, I don't mind doing that. So, all right. So I think we figured out what we're gonna do for the next couple of turns. Then,
Okay. You just did your action.
yeah. So
now.
I drew 2 cards. Now I have to draw infection cards.
Okay.
One is Montreal. Good thing that I treated that. It's 1 there, and the next one is Chicago.
Wow. Okay.
Had I not done that, that would have been an outbreak. We had blue cubes there, and there, and that would have moved down by 1.
All right.
All right. I was gonna take a risk and not do that, but I'm glad I didn't.
What a fitting game to play today.
Yeah, I'm trying not to say anything about the hot topic COVID at the moment.
Don't even say the word. You can get banned for that.
I'm so sorry.
You gotta bleep it out.
I gotta bleep it out.
Okay.
All right, so now it's your turn. You have 5 actions.
See, I'm gonna reach my hand limit soon.
So
I'm gonna get rid of this one if you're going after red.
that's fine.
So I'll do 1, 2, treat, 3, 4. Get rid of this to fly to Los Angeles.
Okay. Santo Domingo. Okay. Cool.
And that's it. And now
you draw 2 cards. Nice.
Yay.
So now all you need to do is get back to Atlanta as well.
Yeah.
And you can turn those blue ones in to get that.
Yeah.
All right, now we draw 2 more. Calgary is red, and Seattle is red.
Ugh.
Yeah, Seattle's not looking too good. Luckily, it won't come up again until another epidemic card. This will get shuffled in at some point. Okay, so now it's my turn. I need to get there. So what I'll do is I'll use this for free to airlift here. So that's a free move for me. Now
That's one action or
no, that's
it's
it's free.
One, okay.
These events are not an action. So for 1 action, I will trade. Well, you can give me that Los Angeles card. So that's one.
It works like that. Like it's not supposed to be my turn.
Well, no. It's either or.
Okay.
I can either give you a card or you give me a card. It doesn't matter what turn whose turn it is.
I see.
Who give or take.
I see.
So that was 1 action, and then I go 2, 3, 4, and then on my next turn, I'll turn all of these red ones in. The downside is I have to draw 2 cards right now, and they're going to go to waste.
Ooh, yeah.
So that's going to stink.
Well,
Unless I do something different with those cards, but
what you could do, what you could have done is,
I just have to hope they're not yellow.
they're hold on. What you have Miami and what was the other one? This
I
one?
can't. It's not like I can. I want to keep yellow so that I can cure that next. I don't want to get rid of anything. So I'm going to have to accept the fact that these 2 cards are going to go to waste, whatever they are.
Yeah.
I'm hoping there's yellow, unfortunately. New Orleans and Washington, which is blue, which is fine. Now I got to figure out, do I want to keep New Orleans? This is all the way down here. Miami is there, and New Orleans is there. I'm fine with that.
So you can actually exchange.
If you have a hand limit of 6, you pick which ones you want to discard.
Oh, cool. Okay.
So now we have to draw from here 2. This is Phoenix. Red is going to be a problem. And New Orleans is yellow.
Ooh.
All right, it is now your turn.
All right.
Well, you want to cure, definitely.
Yes. That's an action, right? Okay.
Yeah, so 1, 2, 3, 4. You'd have one action left after doing that. So, like, you could do, like, 1 treat,
Yeah.
3, 4, 5 cure.
Yeah, I was thinking of doing that, actually.
Okay. Just to get rid of that extra cube there. All right, so you turn all 4 of those cards in, and now we've cured blue. So anytime we treat blue in the future, if I just move there, I'll get rid of those blue cubes. They're gone.
Yep.
Okay, that's a good one. All right, and if you were to treat something, it would just, all of them would go away, and not just 1 cube.
What is this?
That's the outbreak marker. Should there be more than 3 cubes and we add a 4th one, and it outbreaks, we'll move that down by 1. It's a tracker.
Oh, so if you have more than 3 outbreaks, you lose.
You lose the game.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So you get to draw 2 cards.
Okay.
You've got yellow.
Oh, nice.
And that. What is that?
Skip the draw infection cards step this turn. Play at any time. It's not an action.
Do you want to use it now?
Yeah. Actually, yeah, I guess. The next epidemic that comes in, well, no, because
It would come from here.
You'll be curing red soon. Maybe I should save this until, like...
I want to cure red, then I need to get over there and treat all of that before it gets crazy.
Yeah.
And then we need to do yellow. Like, we need to meet here to give each other yellow cities, and then that would beat the game.
Yeah, Seattle and Calgary are in the discard pile right now, so maybe I should save it until they're in that pile.
Yeah, that's fine.
Should I do that?
Yeah, that's fine. We're going to draw 2. So, this is Atlanta. So that's 1 in Atlanta, which is...
We're on.
Yep, we're on Atlanta. And Havana.
Havana is not on.
There we go. My turn. First action, I'm going to discard 4 red.
Nice.
To cure red. So that's
Find a
2.
vaccine.
There we go. And now that was 1 action. Now I need to get over here and take care of those immediately. Now, just the act of moving to these spots will get rid of them because I'm the medic.
Ah.
So I could go like 3, 4.
Oh, so your special ability will always kick into effect?
The medic is at any time remove all the cubes of cured diseases in your city for free. So just the act of moving through those cities, like just landing there, removes them automatically, but only for cured cities. We've just cured red.
Okay.
So now I can move through them, and without using a treat action, I can get rid of these cubes.
Okay.
So I can go, this would be 2, get rid of for free. 3, get rid of for free.
It's very OP.
And then 4. But we've cured, the medic really shines when you start curing things.
Yeah.
And then on my next set of turns, I'm going to try and get rid of all of that.
Okay.
So that was 4. Now I get to draw 2 cards. Give me yellow, please. Oh, crap. Epidemic.
Ooh.
Advance the infection rate marker to 3. Infect. Draw the bottom card and add 3 cubes on that city. San Francisco. Good thing I'm over here. 1, 2, 3. 3 cubes there.
Maybe I should have done that then. Just give
Well, you can use that at any time. We'll see. Okay, so then shuffle. Okay, so now this goes here. But we didn't get to the infect yet.
Yeah.
So we can play it on either your turn or my turn and
Yeah.
hope for the best. If Seattle or San Francisco shows up, we have to draw 3 cards now. Okay, so that goes here. I still get a second card because I drew the epidemic.
Yeah.
Now this is for me. Remote treatment. Play at any time, not an action. Return any 2 cubes from the board to the supply. I could use that now, actually, to lessen the risk. I could return either 2 from Seattle or 2 from San Francisco. And that would lessen the risk of outbreak occurring. What I may want to do is remove probably this one, because, well, which one would I want to remove? Yeah, I'll probably do San Francisco. So I'm going to spend this card immediately to remove 2 cubes from here. Just to prevent an outbreak from a double outbreak. That could happen. If there's 3 here, an outbreak occurs, 1 moves here, that's another outbreak. And so that would be just, we'd be half dead. All right, so I didn't get any cards, unfortunately. I got an epidemic and that event that I just picked up. And now I have to draw 3 cards and hope, unless you intend to play that.
The infection card, is that?
That's this deck.
Okay. Yeah, I'm definitely going to use that then.
All right, so that's going to skip the infection.
Yeah.
Okay. The downside is, at the end of your turn, we still have to do 3.
Yeah.
Unless you find your way over here to stop the other option is, like, we need to get more yellow cards to each other. And that's already the second yellow card, or the second epidemic. So we need to get down here at some point and trade... like we need to start trading yellow cards to each other and cure yellow.
Yeah.
To get the game over with. When this deck runs out, it's game over.
Really?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
When is the game succeeded?
So we've got like when we get the final yellow one done.
Oh really?
We're playing it safe. We're doing pretty good, but we don't have a whole lot of time left. Again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
I wonder if all the yellow cards in the discard pile at this point.
I don't know what's left, honestly. So we either use our turns to get down here, and I either give you cards or you give me cards.
If this is endgame, I would say we have to rush it.
Yeah.
And forget the outbreak.
I'm starting to think that way too, but who knows who's going to get what? Like yellow and red wise, you know what I mean? Alright, so it's your turn, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, there's 9 cards left. One of them is an epidemic.
Okay.
So how are we gonna do this?
Okay.
So, am I giving you the cards, or you've got more actions than I do? So I should be giving you the cards.
Okay.
I think, because you'll get that extra action to possibly get to Atlanta sooner and then research the cure.
Okay.
So I have Miami and this
Yes.
which is here. Miami is closer.
Yeah.
But 1, 2, 3, 4. Like, it would take all of my movement to get down here on my turn, and then you could use an action to take Miami from me. That would...
I do. If we only have 9 turns left, I think we have to rush it.
Yeah. And then we'd be over here together. If I had to give you the Tegla card, I could. I'm sorry, people from Tegla. I can't pronounce that.
It looks like
Tegucigalpa.
Tegucigalpa.
Sure.
I don't know. Okay, fine. So I can get rid of this for one action.
Yep.
2, 3, 4, and then 5.
Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 5. Okay. And so that's 5.
Yeah.
And now you draw 2 cards. Yellow, perfect.
Oh my gosh.
Blue.
Okay.
All right. So now I need to get over to you. And I think we might have this, assuming that this doesn't blow up in our face. All right, so here we go. San Francisco. 1 gets added. Good thing I removed that one.
Wow.
We draw 3 cards. There's the second one. Seattle.
Oh.
There's an outbreak. So 1 cube goes to Calgary and 1 cube goes to San Francisco. This goes down by 1.
Wow.
And then the next one is...
Maybe I should have shuffled.
Yeah, whatever. New Orleans is here. All right, so we've got 1 outbreak already. Calgary may come up again, but at this point we just need to...
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing. If Calgary outbreaks, it would be an outbreak here, then this outbreaks here. That would be 1 outbreak, 1 outbreak, 2 outbreak, 3
Okay.
So that would end the game.
Maybe just for 1 action. For 1 round, you have to get rid of those.
Yeah. The downside is I won't be able to give you a card on the next turn.
Sorry, I can loop around, get rid of those yellow infections next turn, and then maybe I'll even get another yellow card in the process.
All right. This is going to be fun.
Yeah, that's okay. I think you should get rid of
All right.
those.
So for my actions, I'm going to do 1. Now, this is free for me. So 1, that's free. 2, that's free. 3, that's free.
Because you're a medic?
I'm a medic. And I'm back to Denver again. But that means I can't get back down.
Okay.
But I cleared out enough red to where that won't happen again. Now our main challenge is getting enough yellow to get to Atlanta before the game ends.
I only need like one
more. Right. It's going to be close. Okay. So I have to draw 2 cards. 1. Oh, I could probably use San Francisco to fly to you. Havana, because so I could fly to you next turn actually. Well, anyway, let's do this first. Montreal is 1. Phoenix is 1. 2. And Chicago.
3.
Okay. It is now your turn.
Okay.
So what we need to do is
I can do 1, 2.
Well, where am I going to go for my next turn?
I would say Miami so you can give me the Miami card.
Okay, so you do 1 treat. It's 2, 3, 4. No, you'd have to end up back at Miami again. So you'd be wasting turns.
Or
move here 1. Use your Atlanta card. No.
No.
I actually flying to Atlanta. You could give up. Actually, you know what? I could use a card to fly. Like, I could give up a card to move to Tegla, and then move up to Miami without having to move down here. Yeah. I'm just thinking out loud. That's all. You've got 3 yellow. I've got... Okay, so at this point, I guess just figure out what we want to be. We want to get as close to Miami as possible so that I can go to you, you can take that from me, and then move up here and cure it. So I'd say...
why not just do this? 1...
Treat, that's 2.
3... Well, oh no, that's not going to work.
No. 1, 2,
Yeah.
3...
I can't move from here to here.
I know you can't, but just say give up 2 actions to go back to Miami. So just take 3 actions instead of 5. 1, 2... 3, and stay there, and don't take any more actions. You're giving up 2 actions, but you're being where you need to be for me for the next turn.
Well, why not then just do this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You also have a Tiggy something card.
Yes.
But it's closer.
It's closer to Atlanta.
You see.
You could, but I mean, you want to stay as close to Atlanta as possible, so that you can get here and turn in 4 yellow cards and win the game. Like, now it comes down to action point movement.
Okay.
So I'd say stay there.
Yeah. All right.
You draw 2 cards.
2, 3. Fine.
Okay. Here's your 2. It's a red and blue card.
Okay.
Now we draw 3 from here. Calgary. 1. Atlanta. Here. And Havana.
Down there.
Where? Here. Okay. My turn. I am going to use my Tegla card to fly to you.
Wait, you can do that?
Yes, you can discard a card to move to that city, or discard the city that you're on. I could go to San Francisco and do the same thing.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking that you were gonna do.
I could do either or. It doesn't matter. I mean, I could do that. So I can move 1, discard San Francisco. That's 2. I want to stay there though. So what I could do is I could go 3, remove 4. Like
but
so.
You would need another action to trade with me, right?
You're going to do that on your turn.
Oh, that's right.
And then you're going to come up here and win the game.
That's right. Okay.
So I get 2 cards.
Ooh.
So at the end of our... Well, it's going to be close. I get Minneapolis and an Epidemic.
Oh, gosh.
So you have to win the game on your next turn.
Yeah. Okay.
Which you will.
Yeah.
Assuming that outbreaks do not kill us right now. And advance this. So 4 infection cards. Draw the bottom one. What is it? New York. which is here. So 1, 2, 3.
Few. Wait, no, it's not few.
Yeah. So now I have to shuffle these back in.
Should I-
Now, that's good, though, because, I mean, the only thing that can kill us right now is New York.
Yeah.
So, as long as New York doesn't come up, we're okay. All right. In theory. So,
So now we have to draw it.
yeah, so now we have to draw 4 of them.
Yeah.
Montreal. Oh, that's terrible. 1. Phoenix. 2. Come on. Atlanta. 3. No more blue, please. Havana is 4. Okay, so we're clear. Your turn. 5 actions. Take Miami from me. We trade.
Didn't Havana have more cubes on it?
I went there, got rid of them, and came back.
Oh yeah, that's right. Thank goodness.
You take Havana from me for 1 action.
Okay.
Second
You
action.
mean Miami?
Whatever. Miami. You take Miami from me for 1 action.
Yeah.
You move your pawn, not mine, to Atlanta.
Oh shoot, sorry.
It's fine. And that's 2. And then you trade 4 cards in to
Find the share.
and we win the game. Barely.
That was my 3rd action. My 4th action, I want to get rid of all these cubes.
I think we won.
And then for my 5th action, I will get rid of Atlanta to travel to Montreal.
I see.
And that's it. That's all I can do. Unless, when you have a cure...
You have to use a treat action to
Oh,
cure.
a treat action. Okay.
If you were the medic, you could
Okay.
get that automatically.
I
But
see.
no.
Okay, now it's your turn.
No, it's not. We won the game for the 3rd
Wait,
time.
I have to draw cards.
No, you
have
don't.
to-
It's over. Are you trying to lose on purpose?
No, that was fun. I want to keep going.
I see. Well, there is no keep going.
I want to keep going until there's a huge. outbreak.
This is it.
We have to
you would've-
shuffle.
No, that's not how that works. In the rule book, it says not to shuffle the discard pile.
I just want to keep going until you lose. That's like survival mode.
No.
I think that'd be fun.
Wrong.
What?
You're just no wrong. You're wrong. Narcissist.
Like this would keep going up and up, 5, 6, 7.
Where you're just drawing the entire deck at some
That's a
point.
really good mode, like survival.
How
mode.
long can you last? That's morbid though. Come on. Anyway, so what do you think of Pandemic Hot Zone?
It was fun. I actually like this better than the original.
Why is that?
It's easier. It's funner.
I wouldn't say it's easier.
Oh really?
It's more compact and there's less to do. Like this version, there's 3 viruses as opposed to 4. It's just I don't know. Like I think that this one is like this is better for taking on vacation. Like if you have limited travel space, instead of taking big bulky Pandemic, you take the more compact Hot Zone version. There are electronic versions of the original Pandemic on phones, I think, and on the computer. So like why you would need this when you've already got that electronically for storage purposes?
So here's a question: Does the original play exactly like this?
Yes, with some differences. Like I said, the back of the rulebook shows how they are different. In the original version, there were 4 colors, not 3. In the original version, you had to trade in 5 cards instead of 4. So they balanced this game to make it easier, smaller, faster.
I'm gonna definitely have to play the original again because I actually didn't know how to play the original really well.
Really?
Yeah, I was I couldn't believe I got this one and I couldn't wrap my head around the original. But
In the original, if you get rid of all the cubes and you've cured it, the disease becomes eradicated. And anytime you draw cards, they no longer come up.
Oh, interesting.
In this game, there is no eradication. They just keep coming up.
Okay, that's more realistic.
Mm,
Right?
I don't know.
It's not like once you find a cure, it disappears.
Well, I don't know. I don't know if I mean, this is okay. Like I said, like, I think this would only come out in very unique circumstances. If we were in the mood for Pandemic, and if we wanted a smaller, more compact experience, then yes. But this game also doesn't let you customize difficulty. You're always using 3 Epidemic cards in this deck, in the player deck. Whereas in the original game, the game came with like 6 or 7 Pandemic cards. For an easy game, you include like 3 or 4. For a medium game, it's like 5, and for a more tough game, it's 6 or something like that. I don't remember off the top of my head, but you could actually adjust the difficulty a bit better on the original board game than you can with this. I mean, I guess if you wanted to lower the difficulty in this, it's not listed in the rule book, you could just have 2 epidemic cards as opposed to 3. That way you never draw 4 per turn, ever. Like, I guess that's one way to lessen the difficulty, but still. Like, there's less breathing room with this game. Like, it forces you to play a certain way. There's only 4 rules, whereas in the original game, there's a lot of different rules, and the expansions give you even more rules, so it's like, I don't know, like, this is half a Pandemic to me. But at the same time, this might be, like, an introductory to Pandemic. Like, let's say that you're trying to introduce Pandemic to gamers, but you don't want to overwhelm them right away. You could show them this, and then if they like it, then move up to the bigger Pandemic game, which has more content.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
These are nasty.
The crisis cards?
Yeah, I'm kind of wishing we would play these.
No, we would not have won. I can guarantee that.
That would have been fun, though. Look at this one. Look at this one. This one's crazy.
Players cannot do direct flight or charter flight actions. When the next crisis card is drawn, discard this card. Wow.
You can't.
Stays in play. This stays in play until the next
This
crisis.
one's worse.
Okay. Logistics failure. Play immediately, then discard. Resolve the draw infection card step twice this turn. If the One Quiet Night event is played, resolve the step once instead. The One Quiet Night just stops. Yeah, so that you still have to do 1. That's crazy.
I love these.
Sanitation failure. Advance the infection rate marker unless it is already at the end of the track. So this automatically goes up by 1.
This one's not too bad.
These are terrible. Reduce player's hand size to 5 cards. It stays in play. Discard or play event cards as needed. When the next crisis card is drawn, discard this card.
That one's gross.
Choose 1 pawn and check the color of their city. Place 1 cube of that color on each connected city. Oh my gosh, contamination.
I don't get this one. I don't understand that one.
Draw the bottom card from the infection deck, which is there, and place 3 matching cubes on that city. This card. It's just as if an epidemic card had been drawn. The first thing you do is you reveal the bottom card and you put 3 cubes on it.
So this one's a saving grace, isn't it?
Draw the bottom card from the infection deck, return that infection card, and 3 matching cubes to the box. No, because, well, from the infection deck. Return that infection card.
Do you, like, lose that city forever?
That means it'll never come up again.
Ugh.
The downside is that
If an outbreak occurs.
that's 3 cubes less we'll have in our pool. So if we run out of yellow cubes to put on the board, we lose. So that's less of a that's less cubes we'll have in reserve to possibly lose the game.
I didn't know that once you run out of cubes.
Yes, there's no, like I said in the introduction.
Sorry.
Like I said in the introduction.
I'm sorry.
If you run out of cubes to place, or this goes down to here, or you run out of cards in your deck here, game over.
I like this game, dude. This makes me want to play the original and wrap my head around it.
It's on Steam. Go play it.
I have it.
All right. So, Pandemic Hot Zone, you'd play this again then?
Yeah.
Or do you prefer? Would you want to play? Would you rather play the bigger version?
I don't know. Like, I really liked this one. I'm sad there's no Puerto Rico, but that's okay.
Isn't it somewhere over here?
No.
Yeah, sure. Yes.
It's Dominican Republic, and there's Havana, and there's Mexico, but no Puerto Rico.
Okay.
Sorry.
Pandemic Hot Zone, North America. If you guys haven't already subscribed to me on Twitch and YouTube, that way you can stay up to date with any new content I'm going to publish. This is Vince. Thanks for watching.
And this is Idly.
Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you next time.
Bye, guys.
Bye.